Hello everyone, this is the first proper addition to my new video playlist. This is the first of the cuts that I'm going to be teaching you how to do. We're going to start off with something I find, personally, I think has the best difficulty to how it looks ratio, if you know what I mean. So this one's fairly intermediate. It took me about a week to master this. It's called the Pentagon cut. Well, that's what I know, as you may have seen it before by a different name. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you it at full speed, and then I'm going to break it down into a few steps and try and give you as much detailed explanation as I can of how to do it. So at the bottom line it looks a bit like this. So it should end up a nice pentagon shape like that, and then be able to close it all down again like that. So as you saw, that wasn't the best. There's people who can do it a lot better than that, but that's a fairly average pentagon cut. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few steps. I'll break it down for you and try and make it as clear as I possibly can. So what I'm going to do is start like this. So if you're right-handed like me, then this should be easy enough. If you're left-handed, then if you can mirror what I do, it should work out fine. But if you're right-handed, you're going to take these two fingers of your right hand and your thumb, and then take the pack like that. So hold it at one side with your two fingers on the top, thumb on the bottom, and then to make your first cut of the deck, you're going to come in with your left hand, the index finger of your left hand, put it on the top of the deck, and then bring parts of it down like that. Fairly sizable chunk, roughly a fifth of the deck like that. After you've done that, you're going to take your middle finger and then you're going to push off a second piece, fairly similar sized, like that. So in full that's going to be 1, 2, like that. So what you're going to do after that is you're then going to take your ring finger like that, and simultaneously take your thumb of your left hand, so right ring, left thumb. Put your right ring on the forwardmost pack, take your index finger off, and put your left thumb on top of the middle, which is now what this is on. So then you're then going to take your ring off, then rotate this center pack down like this, so it's out of the way. Then to finish off this section, you're then going to take your ring finger and then take the back most of the packs that are on the top, and then just split that one more time like that. Okay, so in full, in real time, that should be a bit like this. Okay, so that's the first step done. So the second step is going to be a little different, because you're going to start transferring parts of the deck that you've split off into your other hand where they're going to stay, because eventually you're going to end up with most of it being supported by your left hand. So you've got to this stage already. So what you're going to do now is you'll have 3 packets of cards in the top and 1 suspended by your 2 thumbs. What you're then going to do is the one that is the one of the 3 that's closest to your palm, the base that's facing you, you're going to take your left index finger, put it under the packet like that. Hang on, there's my finger there. You're then going to pivot it between your 2 index fingers. Your left pinky will then go here with your other finger here, and just ease that out like that. So that packet should now be suspended between your left index and pinky. So there you're left with 1 packet in your left hand, 1 suspended between your left and right, and 2 in your right. So what you're then going to do is you're going to get to a little checkpoint where you can just sort of stop and check you've got everything right. So you're then going to, this one that's between here, you're now going to turn this, repivot it up here. See your middle finger is on this back pack here. You're then going to put your index on there, take your middle off and transfer it to this one, like that. So what you should do at this stage, you should just say, right, this is all here, I can move this around, this isn't delicately pivoted in any way, this is like a checkpoint, so you can just check that you're at this stage. You should have 3 cards, packets of cards in your right hand. You should have one, the front one, which should be fairly middle set, the second one back, which should be set to that direction, and the other one which should be set, the backmost one which should be set to that direction. And your middle finger should be on the front one, your ring should be on the second, and your index should be on the third, like that. Okay, so you can rewind, pause and have a look at that just to get it right. So what you're then going to do is complete this little section, is you're going to take your left thumb here, put it on the backmost pack here next to your right index, rotate these around like that. So what it'll end up with is you've now got 2 packets in each hand. This is like a little check stop at the end of this second step. So you should have one between your pinky and your index, one between your index and your thumb in your left hand. Your right hand, you should still be left with these 2 here, with the foremost one between your middle and thumb, and the backmost one between your ring and thumb. They should still be in the same places where they left off from when you had 3 in here. So that's the end of the second step. If I speed that up a bit, you should end up with that looking a bit like this. Like that. Okay, so that's the end of step 2. Okay, now step 2 is done. We're going to move on to obviously step 3. So this one's a little simpler, although it involves less to do, but it's a bit difficult to explain, so I'll do my best anyway. So from where we left off, we'd got to the stage where we have 2 packets in each hand, like that. So this is going to end up being the top section of the pentagon, and these are going to make the bottom. But as you've noticed, you've only got 4 at the moment. So what you're going to need to do is the packet in this hand, the foremost one between your middle and thumb, you're going to, is this thumb here, your right thumb, you're going to put your thumb on top of this packet here, and then you're going to break it in half, like that. So that's a little bit difficult to explain, but it's fairly simple once you just bring it in like that, and then just use the friction between your thumb and the cards to just break a section off. Okay, now what you're going to do is, this bit's a little tricky to explain, you're going to roll it all the way around here, just balance that on the top of your thumb there, then put your pinky of your left hand on top of what's now the foremost pack, and like that. Now use your index to just push that and then trade off. So now both the bottom packets should be on your ring and not your middle. So that means when you then just try to stop them hitting each other, rotate these around like this, you should end up with the pentagon. Now what you should have in this corner, to just check you've done it right, the finger that these 2 cards are pivoting on should be your ring, not your middle. That's because when you're closing this down, if you've got your middle is preoccupied with holding it together, then it's a bit difficult. That's the 3 steps in setting the thing up. The only thing that can be considered a 4th step is then closing it all down smoothly off. So once you've managed to work up a fairly good pace on this, like that sort of thing, then you want to close it down as fluently as you can as well. So what you need to do first is, here's where it comes the thing, these 2 fingers you've got here, they're going to be used, you're going to rotate the 2 bottom packs. Hang on a second, one of these is getting away from me. These 2 bottom packs here, you're going to use your 2 fingers just to close those down. So you should be left like that, in this sort of like hook shape. Then on your right thumb, you're going to pivot these two round. Use the same two fingers again to grab those. And you're just going to slide these together and drop it all down like that. So if you practice that, it should end up looking a little like this. Getting a nice sort of fluid speed on all the moves. Like that. And then closing. So yeah, that was the Pentagon cut. I hope it was helpful for you. Any questions, as I said, comment, send me a message, and I'll try and help you best I can. Maybe even put up another video if you want more detail on any of the steps. And I'll see you later. Thank you for watching.